Hey guys, Zach here, coming at you with another video. So today's video is going to be a really interesting one. Now keep in mind, this is all a matter of personal opinion. I'm going to say that right off the bat. This is all a matter of personal opinion. I've chosen 10 games that actually, it ended up actually being 11. My top 11 favorite video games of all time. And they're based on all different kinds of criteria. Now, whether or not you like these games or not is irrelevant to the conversation, because I am obviously talking about my own personal favorite games of all time. If your list varies differently than mine, which I know it's going to, let me know down in the comments in the description. No, wait a minute. Let me know down in the comments in the comment section down below. And also make sure to drop a like and subscribe as well, as it always helps me out. And make sure to try and stay watch the whole video, because viewer retention is very important. So, without any further ado, guys, let's get into today's video.
ZakPak, he's always there for you. ZakPak, only on YouTube. ZakPak, what will he do next? ZakPak, let's find out, 'cause it's on with the show.
Before we get started with the official list, I actually have some honorable mentions. Dead Rising 3, I absolutely love that game. I really want to do a Zach plays of it sometime. And I don't honestly remember the other one. So they actually, no, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask and Breath of the Wild, and, you know, because no Zelda games made the list. And actually, before we get started, let me actually tell you the rules for my top 10 list. The rules are that I can only pick one game per franchise, so only one Luigi's Mansion game can make it onto the list, and, you know, etc., etc. And I think that was actually the only really rule that I set for this. So yeah, without any further ado, guys, let's get started. Number 10, you guys are already gonna hate me for my number 10 pick, and that is Call of Duty Black Ops, the original Black Ops, for the 360. Now, the main reason I picked this game, and did I say number 10? I meant number 11, because there's 11 games on this list, because I couldn't decide which one to kick. So, Call of Duty Black Ops is a game that I just honestly love. I don't care much about the Call of Duty series anymore, but Black Ops was when I really liked it, and I loved the zombies mode. Playing zombies with my friends and all that kind of stuff was like one of the most fun things ever. And yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops for the Xbox 360 takes the number 10 spot quite easily. Or number 11 spot. 11. Number 10 is PacMan World 2 for the Nintendo GameCube, or also on PlayStation 2 and Xbox Original. Now, PacMan World 2 is a 3D platformer starring our favorite dot-munching little maniac Pac-Man, and it's honestly a really fun game. I want to do a Zach plays of this sometime, but I don't know how popular it would be. I don't know how well it would do, simply because of the fact that it's a pretty obscure-ish game. Not obscure, but not an overly popular game. But either way, PacMan World 2 definitely falls right in at home at the number 10 spot. I absolutely love this game. So number 9, I'll tell you right now, is a WarioWare game. But which one is good enough to earn the number 9 spot? It's got to be the one on the GameCube, WarioWare Mega Party Games. Now, this game is multiplayer fun. Like, I love WarioWare, but boy, there is nothing better than getting friends together and playing all the micro games and doing all these weird games. Like, so many of the games in this game, like the mini games for playing with friends, were so weird that they just were genius, and that they worked so well. I absolutely love it. I think it's great. I think it's a great game. I really hope they bring WarioWare to the Switch this year, really. I mean, we haven't had a party game in a while, so I really want this game to come back for the Nintendo Switch this year. Number 8. It's actually crazy that I put this game this low on the list. Now, granted, it's still in my top 10 favorite games of all time, but still, it's crazy that I put it this low. And that's BanjoKazooie on the Nintendo 64. Again, another game I want to do a Zach plays of, and I think I actually will, except I'll probably do the Xbox One version, because it'll be easier for me to record and, you know, set up and all that kind of stuff. But BanjoKazooie, man, is a great game. I cannot recommend it enough. It's a great game. I really don't know what else to say about it, because it's a pretty popular game. I used to like Tooie more. Like, I used to like Banjo-Tooie more, but going back and replaying them a couple years ago made me realize how much I actually really liked the first game a lot. And that's really weird that I originally really liked the second game more, but going back to the first one, I just thought it was better. And I don't know what let me know what you guys have to say down in the comments and down below for what you guys have to think. Number 7 is actually a game that I have played on this channel before. And it's really cool, and it's a pretty recent game. I think it's the newest game on my top 10 list, like in terms of release date. So it's Until Dawn. I seriously think Until Dawn is one of my favorite games, and probably my favorite story-driven game. Like, my favorite game that has to do with character development and story and all that. Now, of course, there's definitely room for improvement, but I think for the first game, I mean, first of all, I think it's better than Man of Medan. Like, obviously, that's why this is here instead of that. But also, like, it's just, I don't know, just, like, learning and, you know, seeing each character kind of, like, become their own, you know, like, seeing sides of characters in multiple playthroughs that you don't see of them before because they either die or you make different choices. So, I think Until Dawn is a very good game, and I cannot wait until Little Hope comes out. I hope it takes the flaws of what Man of Medan was and really improves them for that game. Like, I cannot wait for that game to come out. I really want to talk about that game and cover that game, but I don't think it would get me the views I need to, you know, sustain, you know, good, like the algorithm. So, I don't know, but Until Dawn, great game, highly recommend it. Like I said, I do have a Zach plays of it. Don't ask me where part 8 is. And if you want to go and watch it, definitely go and do so. I'll leave like a link in the description or something. Number 6 is Mario Golf Advanced Tour. Now, funny enough, I actually announced recently-ish that I canceled my Zach plays of it, but because one person convinced me, I'm going to keep it going. Mario Golf Advanced Tour is such a fun game. I absolutely love it. It's a very childhood game for me. You know, the RPG mode, in my opinion, is brilliant. It's a simple, easy-to-get RPG that isn't overly complex, overly complicated. Like, that's what I don't like usually about RPGs, is that they're overly text-based and, you know, slow, in my opinion. So, I think Mario Golf Advanced Tour did it perfectly, and I think it's a perfect little gem. So, yeah. Mario Golf Advanced Tour. I actually, not only am I starting or do I have a Zach Plays, part 1 is up as of when I'm recording this, but also I have a review of this game up, so if you want to watch the review, go for it. Alright, now we're on to my top 5 favorite games of all time. This is a hard list to make. This is very hard. Just so many great games out there, and I know you're not going to agree with number 5, but I guess I'll show it off now to get it over with. That's Scooby-Doo Mystery Mayhem. Now, I love this game. This game is basically Luigi's Mansion, but with Scooby-Doo. And it's different in its own way, and I think it works really, really well. It took the basics of ghost capturing, kind of like Luigi's Mansion. I mean, obviously it controls a little bit differently, but it's basically Luigi's Mansion. You're going around, you're catching ghosts and all that kind of stuff. But it's Scooby-Doo, and it feels like Scooby-Doo. You can tell it's not ripping off Luigi's Mansion because it just has it does it in its own way that makes it feel unique. And I think if you're a fan of Luigi's Mansion, you would like this game. And as someone like myself who does love Luigi's Mansion, I love this game too. Now, I wouldn't want a Luigi's Mansion game to be exactly like Scooby-Doo Mystery Mayhem, but as its own thing, I think it works beautifully, and I think it's a great game. And it's a cheap one too, so definitely worth being in your collection, and a Zach Plays is up of it. So if you want to watch me do a Zach Plays of this game, it's up on YouTube. Just go and look it up and you'll find it. 8 parts I think it is in total, and it's, you know, pretty fun. Number 4 is Left 4 Dead. I freaking love this game. My favorite online multiplayer game ever. Now, of course, there is Left 4 Dead 2 that has all the Left 4 Dead 1, you know, stuff in it. But there's just something about the original game, man. I still have all the memories of when I first played this game. I was visiting my girlfriend's house at the time. And of course, it was like a middle school relationship, so it was kind of BS. But regardless, I remember her being like, oh, you want to play like a scary adult game? You know, and I was like, you know, 11 at the time or 12. And I was like, heck yeah, I want to play an adult-like game, a spooky game. She pulls out Left 4 Dead, and I just remembered that experience. I just remembered it so vividly. I remember encountering my first boomer. I remember encountering my first witch, and that all just stuck in my mind. And then for years and years and years, I would still play this game and its sequel. It was so hard, like switching or choosing between Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, but I just chose 1 because it just had that nostalgia for me that I always played this game online, more than 2 actually. Even though 2 has more content, I always played Left 4 Dead 1 online. And it was just such a great game. I absolutely love it. And again, actually I think I've done Zach Plays of Left 4 Dead 2 on the channel, but maybe Left 4 Dead 1 will come around in the future. I would love to play this game for you guys on the channel. Even if I am playing alone, I would love to. This game is brilliant. Alright, the next 3 games are relatively obvious, but let's get number 3 out of the way. It's Battle for Bikini Bottom. I love this game so much. The first video game I ever played in my whole life, but to this day, I still think it holds up really well. I want to revisit this game in a Zach Plays, except what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to do a, I want to do a stream, but I got to figure out how to make it work. I really just want to stream this game. I want to stream this game right before Rehydrated comes out. And I think that'd be a great way to lead into a Zach Plays of Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. Even though it's the same game, it's very different in a lot of aspects. So I figured like a one-part or a one-video marathon stream of this game would be really, really cool to do before I do Rehydrated. But anyways, this game has brilliant level design, amazing music, fun moves, fun enemy designs. Everyone was unique, everyone was different, and it's just overall an amazing experience, and I cannot wait for Rehydrated to come out. And once Rehydrated does come out, it will probably be my favorite Nintendo Switch game on the whole system. Better than Luigi's Mansion 3 in my opinion, better than every Mario game, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I will love it more than those. And I know a lot of people will hate that I said that, but it's just that good to me. And I can't wait for the Rehydrated version to come out because it will look so much better. Because the one thing that didn't age well with this game were the visuals. And with Rehydrated, it will look beautiful, and I cannot wait to play it. Number 2, Mario Party 6. I mean, come on. I can't choose any other Mario Party besides 6. And again, like every other game I just mentioned here, another Zach Plays is up of this game, where I actually played with family. So I did plays with people, and I kind of want to bring it to too many games and play this game with some people there. See what I can do. Because Mario Party 6, in my opinion, is the best Mario Party ever. I mean, I love the boards, the music is great, the mini games are great, just everything about the game just oozes charm, and I still remember the first time I played this game, actually. I do. I was at my stepbrother's house, and he had a GameCube. I didn't at the time, but this was back in, like, I think it was probably, like, this was the most recent Mario Party game at the time, and sure enough, he had it, and he was like, "You want to play?" I was like, "Heck yeah." And he put it in, and I was elated when I played the game. We played Towering Treetop, which is why it's my favorite board of all time, just because of the nostalgia I have for it, and just how great of a board it is in general, design-wise, and all the happening space. It's just perfect. And, yeah, Mario Party 6, I just can't say enough good things about it. Alright, number 1 doesn't even need any introduction. It's Luigi's Mansion. I love this game. You know, this game, funny enough, this game has more flaws than a lot of the games on this list. But the thing that this game has that most of these games here don't is something unique. This game, in my opinion, is the most unique game in the Mario series, maybe besides the Wario games. You know, the Wario games are relatively different compared to everything else. But it's like Luigi's Mansion is something like when you hear, oh, a new Mario game is coming up, you don't usually think, you wouldn't think, you know, at least back in the day, of a Luigi game where Luigi's sucking up ghosts in a haunted mansion. And it's just, to me, brilliant. And the atmosphere that the game had, again, was unique. And it really lent into an atmosphere that I never experienced before in a Mario game. And when I was a kid, it legitimately spooked me. It legitimately creeped me out. Now, it didn't make me jump out of my skin and call for mommy, but I still loved the game so much because of the fact that it gave me an experience to remember. You know, with Luigi's Mansion 3, there was nothing there that, like, made me, like, really, like, remember it. Like, yeah, there was Morty, who was a cute little portrait ghost, but, I mean, this game, I remember from over, actually, probably getting close to 15 years ago when I first played this game. I still remember parts I was stuck with. You know, I had parts I was stuck on, parts that scared me. I still remember that from 15 years ago. And Luigi's Mansion 3, if I didn't have that Zach Plays, I would probably not really remember much of my first experience with it, because to me, that game was just forgettable. I mean, really, to me, at least. But this game, of course, it has its flaws. Like I said, it's really, really short. The boot catching kind of sucks. Some of the things in the game aren't that, great, but for what it was as a launch title for Nintendo's first relatively polished 3D game console. I mean, this is right after the N64 was a thing. Like, this, right after what was on the N64. Like, you take a game like Mario 64 and look at its visuals, look at the polygons, look at, how blocky that game was, and then you look at Luigi's Mansion and say, those games are only a few years apart from each other. The jump, even a game like BanjoKazooie, that came out, like, I think only a year before this game, or not even a year, I don't think. And that game still definitely looks like an N64 game, and then you jump to this game with the more advanced lighting and shadows and the particle effects and the dust. This showed off the power of the GameCube, and this showed it off well. So you guys, those are my top 10, or I guess 11, favorite video games of all time. Let me know down in the comments down below what your favorite games are. I presume you mostly disagree with this list, besides maybe Luigi's Mansion. So yeah, let me know down in the comments down below what you guys think, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say. So, till next time guys, I'll see you in the next video.